Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Niggas never wanted to see me blow. I kept on writing songs, did my thing, drop videos. We used to be slanging O's, bagging the baddest hoes, bragging no one was close. I'm busting the nicest clothes, I'm all about ice, I froze. Remember them nights was cold, I used to be alone. No friends, no home, no bins, no hole, no hats, no gold. Just raps and goals, while mad opposed, I had them flows. I passed my foes where them bastards froze. I never asked, they chose. You ain't gotta ask for yours. Niggas gon' hate, bitches gon' lie. If you real, you relate. If you not, you a lie. I've been high, I've been fly. Every day, I'm gon' ride. Niggas spray, I'ma slide. So I pray till I rise, then I pray till I die. God got a plan for me, swear you can't plan for me. I don't want no hand dummy, grinding like I am hungry, writing like I am money, spitting like I'm nauseated. Got me love, but yet I'm hated. Always sober, but I'm faded, cause I don't drink much. If you ever see a boy, just know I take a pink Dutch.
This ain't just for the day. See, I ain't talking, this ain't just for the day. Oh no, hey, it's every day, it's everywhere. It's every day, it's everywhere. This ain't just for the day. See, I ain't talking, this ain't just for the day. Hey, it's every day, it's everywhere. It's every day, it's everywhere.
This ain't just for the day. I know I'll see tomorrow. This ain't just for the yay. I know you feel my sorrow. Too much pride to borrow had me trapping in the back streets. Niggas never knew me, but they knew I always pack heat. Always let my act speak. The flow's like a track meet. I'm glowing cause my rap's deep. Plus they know I'm that.
Step out of your day and into your happy place, where your health comes from a more relaxed, beautiful you. Don't take our word for it, take theirs.
That experience is always amazing, but Valentine's Day was pretty special.
Not only am I toes absolutely gorgeous, but I got a foot rub. Oh my god.
Now come along and find your glamorous you. Manis, pedis, massages, facials, hair, makeup, and waxing. You know you want to. Call or visit us today at 448-4099. The Glam Experience, Day Spa.
Good afternoon. Welcome, one and all. Good evening, good afternoon. It's been a while since I've been here with y'all, like this in this medium. The last time we did Cacoa Tea was a live show with a live audience at Cabrit's Resort and Spa Kempinski. It was an awesome show, and guess what? We're going to be doing it again pretty soon. So you have to follow on all platforms. Not only there, we're going to be doing it a few other places. So you want to ensure that you're following me on my Facebook, on my Instagram, on my YouTube. You want to follow me. All the information is above my head, right above my head. All the information is right there for you. Follow me everywhere you can possibly follow me. Want to say welcome to another Cacoa Tea. It is Saturday, the 17th of July. I'm wearing a jacket. I'm feeling like, okay, I wanted to bring out my gangster, for my guest today. I wanted to bring out my gangster. So I put on like a sports jacket, and then I will represent for the African, the African style sports jacket. Want to represent. We got an exciting show here for you this evening. Wherever you are locked in, some of you are locked in different time zones. So let me know where you're locked in from. Drop your flag one time. Drop your flag. And remember to share the live. Share the live. Drop your flag wherever you are locked in from. Let me see where you're at, and I want to be able to shout you out and say hi to you. I know a lot of folks are on in various parts of the world. I see England, the UK is on, locked in. UK, what time is it now? It's like close to midnight, and the UK is locked in. Hi, Avril. Good evening to you. Jael is in the house. If you're locking on Facebook, on YouTube, I want to say good evening to you, the YouTube fans. Let's see what they're saying. The YouTube folks, come on down and say something. Drop a flag. I see you, but you're not saying nothing. You're staying quiet. Drop your flag. Let us know where you're locked in from. The Facebook fans are on. Good evening to you. Thank you very much for joining. Hope everyone had a really good New York. NY is in the house. Rosalind, big up to you. Big up to you, Rosalind. Thanks for tuning in. Those of you who, it's been like an interesting week for a lot of us, and I hope that everybody's continuing to be safe. There's so much going around, especially with the pandemic, so many new developments, but just continue to be safe, folks, and do what you gotta do as it relates to your best interest, okay? Make sure you think of your best interest whenever you're making decisions. And yes, DA's in the house, Loda Massive is in the house, Vekas is in the house. I have a guest on here this evening, and I am so excited. I think we might be related. I'm not sure. He'll tell me if he thinks we're related. He's in the lobby waiting. Wave. Let me see if you're hearing me. Wave if you. Yes, he's locked in. He looking real serious. The man hard on his grind. I think he's sharing the live, and I hope you're sharing the live too, right? I am so excited to have him on here this evening. Drop your flags again, guys. Drop your flags. I see you coming on, but you ain't dropping your flags. Drop your flags. I want to shout you out. I want to show some love. There's so many people on this platform who truly love and appreciate this show. I've gotten so much support from you over the last couple of years, and especially over the last couple of weeks. So much support, so much love, and I want to be able to share that or send it back at you, share the love and send the love right back at you. So make sure you let me know where you're tuned in. If you would like to support the show, you can do so. You can support the show today. You can donate. You can donate on a monthly basis via Patreon, or you can do a one-time boom bam via PayPal. The information is right down here. So you can definitely support the show. I want to big up my sponsors who have been really showing their love and their support to me, and thank you very much for giving me a shot. I call it giving me a shot because they entrust their brand with me. I want to big up Swiftback. Yes, the fastest way to ship anywhere in the Caribbean, but especially to Dominica. I want to big up Barefoot Wine. That's what I'm drinking. I actually have a cocktail tea mug. but I'm drinking barefoot wine. I'm not even gonna lie, like my tongue. I'm drinking barefoot wine right about now, and I want to also pick up the Glam, who is also on board with us, where you can get all your cosmetics and all your spa services. They have a wide range of cosmetics, and thank you very much for tuning in, guys. And of course, the Digicel. Digicel provides a platform where this can be streamed in 30 countries across the Caribbean. So big up to Digicel, the Play Go Fam, Fabio, Elias, and the rest of the gang, Nikima. Big up to y'all. Thank you very much for the opportunity. I truly, truly appreciate. A lot of other things are going to be coming in the works. So we just want to let you guys know to stay tuned. You want to be informed, you want to know what's going on, and I will definitely keep you in the loop about new and interesting things that are coming down. Let's check out the chat. Hi, Lorraine. Hi, Al. How you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing awesome. Thanks again for joining. I'm going to get my guest on. Let me just make sure I have my questions. Let me tell you. We are going to have a good time tonight. I am excited to have him on. He is a rapper. He is Dominican born. And he has been doing this thing for quite a few years in the United States of America. And most of us, we don't really hear about a lot of Dominicans when they go out there and they're doing great things. And when we do hear them, we like to claim them. we jump to claim them so quick. And I really see him doing his thing. And I'm truly grateful for him coming on here. Klass Money, he is repping also Dade County, right, Cass? Right? Dade County, Miami. Hey, he's coming on in just a bit. I'm going to say hello.
Yo, we here. What's good?
How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I am doing awesome. It's so good to have you here. You see I'm wearing a jacket. I'm trying to be all hardcore and shit, but I don't know if I'm...
What you looking good. You looking good. You representing. I see you.
I'm trying.
I'm trying to keep up with you.
I'm trying to keep up with you. Big up to you. I mean, I follow you on social media. I've been following you on social media for quite some time. And I see you up in like the close to the 400K followers. Like you're going there. You're getting there, eh?
I'm trying to get to the million.
You're a lot closer than me. You're a lot closer than me, that's for sure.
I'm trying to get that million.
Folks are coming on and they're saying hi, and I'm so happy to have you on. And I like to start off the show whenever I do this virtually in having folks kind of tell us who they are, in terms of who you think you are as an individual, or who you'd like people to see you as. And who's Klass Money?
Klass Money, I'll just say, I'm just me, I was born in Dominica. I'm half raised to me in Dominica and in Miami. I moved to Miami when I was a kid. So I spent most of my life in Miami. But I've always stayed close to my Dominican roots and my family. So I'm very in tune with my culture and who I am, In the last couple of years, I went to Dominica like twice in the last 5 years. It was actually my first time going back ever since a kid, because I've been so busy just trying to build out here. I haven't had much of a chance. At first, when I moved out here, my parents didn't want to send me back because I used to get into so much trouble. So I had to kind of wait until I was in a better situation so I could go out there by myself. And then I got caught up, moving out here kind of got me into doing music because I didn't know a lot of people, and I spent a lot of time by myself at first, you know what I'm saying? So I was just out here and I didn't have much to do, and I kind of used music as a escape and as kind of like a hobby, I actually never grew up saying, yo, I'm gonna be a rapper. Even when I first started doing music, I wasn't kind of like, yo, I'm gonna be a rapper, I just got into like recording and I really liked it, and then I started going to like open mics and doing these little showcases, and like one thing led to the next, then I actually found myself like, yo, this is what I like to do. And I remember
we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into all of the details. We're gonna take it one step at a time because we're here for a little while and we want to make sure we're not giving out all the details all one shot, right? We're gonna take it in strides. Okay. So you talk about being born in Dominica. What part of Dominica were you born?
I think we all was born at Princess Margaret Hospital.
That's a good answer. Good answer.
I mean, when I used to stay in at first we used to stay on River Street, right by the
Okay.
bridge, right by the bridge. You know what I'm saying? I think it had a pizza spot down the street too. It's like a yellow building, right? I'm gonna take
Not
y'all
there anymore, but yes.
back in the days, right? And then I think when I was around 7, we moved to Wall House.
Okay.
And then, around 12, I moved to Miami.
Wow. So you were 12 when you left Dominica.
Yeah. So at first when I first left, I had went to New Jersey. I stayed in New Jersey for a while, and then my aunt was kind of like, she ain't gonna put up with it. And I went back to Dominica for a couple months, and then I went to Miami.
Put up with it. What it? What it is that?
Man, like growing up in Dominica, right? We be like 12, but we go out real late, right? Like I used to be out till like, 3, 4 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? We used to, because it's kind of small, right? When you get older, you kind of understand how small it is and how like your parents will more trust you to go out because everybody kind of knows everybody. It's different. It's different from growing up in the US. So like, it was like 5, 6 of us. We would walk from Wall House to like Roseville, go to Carnival, go to all the events, or sometimes just go to Bayfront and chill, you know what I'm saying? And then walk back home 3, 4 in the morning. You catching a ride from a random stranger. You sitting trying to bomb a ride, right? And
You bomb a ride. Look at you.
you know what I'm saying?
You bomb a ride.
So,
Don't say that. Those Americans will not understand that. The bomb a ride. They'll think you're
I'm trying to spread.
Trying to blow up something.
I got to teach them the language. So, when I moved to Jersey, my aunt was trying to get me to come back home like 6 o'clock, which is a good thing. I was just young and ignorant, honestly, and I didn't really understand it. So I was kind of like dealing with it the wrong way, and I thought like, damn, like, what you mean come back 6 o'clock in the afternoon when the sun's still up? And I just kind of felt like kind of trapped in compared to how I lived previously, So after a while, she was like, nah, she's not. She told my mom she ain't having it. You know what I'm saying?
So what was your mom at that point? Was your mom still in Dominica?
Yeah, my mom was still in Dominica. My mom was still in Dominica. My dad had moved to Jersey with me, but my dad ran DA. You know what I'm saying? So my dad ain't like it. He was ready to go back. So my dad like, yo, you know what I'm saying? He'll go back too. And we're staying with my aunt. So me and my dad, I believe, me and my dad went back. If I'm right, this was like I was mad young, but I believe it's me and my dad went back. And my sister stayed. My older sister, she stayed out there. You know what I'm saying? And then I went back to Dominica for a couple months, and a couple months later, I moved to my other aunt house in Miami. So
wow.
That's how it went.
So you moved from Dominica to Jersey, Jersey to Dominica, Dominica back to Miami in a very short space of time. So you had all of this transitioning to do.
Crazy.
Tell us about the moment you realized that life in the US of A was completely different than Dominica.
And you know what? My aunt used to work at Home Depot, and she worked graveyard. Growing up in Dominica, I don't think we got it. I don't know, but I wasn't familiar with the graveyard shifts. Right?
Graveyard shift is for nurses and police officers.
Right. So my aunt is leaving like 10 o'clock to go to work, and my cousin, my cousin Miguel, it was just me and him at the house, and he was like 18, 19 or something like that. So he would go out, and then he would leave me in the house by myself. And I'm like, damn, I'm in this house by myself. And I was like really bored. I remember one night I said, man, let me go see what's outside. And I just started walking down the street, and it was like nobody outside. I mean, besides cars, and that's when I realized, like I'm in a whole different world, like it's just different out here. You feel me? And compared to back home, you go outside, you're going to see somebody, and you're going to know people. So it's like, that's when I kind of realized how hard it is to even move. I didn't understand as a child. It's kind of hard to move and start over. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't have no friends. You don't have no, you're by yourself, and you're in a whole different culture, in a different space. I mean, people act different, people talk different, and they're looking at you like you could say an alien, right? That's what they call immigrants too, right? Aliens, you feel me? So they're looking at you like, yo, where you from? And being from Dominica, it's not even like a known country. So you say you're from Dominica, they'll start talking Spanish, and you're like, whoa, not the public, And you start like, I didn't even know that people didn't know about Dominica until that point. I'm like, damn, nobody knows about Dominica? So
it's funny you bring that up, because you did an interview, I think it was in 2019 with 99 Jams. And I remember you were reiterating to them, yo, it's not
Right.
Dominican Republic,
Right,
it's
like I don't know no
Dominica.
Spanish. You know, I love my Spanish people, but I don't want to ever be labeled as a Spanish speaking person. You know, I don't speak Spanish.
Mhm,
So I had to kind of
mhm.
like, and I've been doing this my whole life since I've been here. You know, in high school I did it. I did it after high school. I still do it the day of the show or something. Like you said, I did it 2020 on 99 Jams, which is like one of the biggest radio stations, which is the biggest radio station in my, you know. So
Exactly.
I gotta keep saying it because people are really not familiar with Dominica, honestly, you know? Like it's so small. And you wouldn't even notice that if you never left. Cause going up to Dominica, I thought we was the shit.
We
Honestly, I thought
were the
everybody knew
shit.
about us. I thought everybody knew about us. So you kind of learn like, you know, the world's so big, man. And then that's when you really look at that map and you was like all my life I used to wonder like why are we so small on that map, you know what I'm saying, like it's just like a little dot, you know, the word Dominica is bigger than the country, you know what I'm saying, on the maps.
Seriously.
So it's like, you know, that's when, you know, you kind of start learning and realizing, you know, it's a big world and, you know, we're just a part of a big world. But still, you
No,
know,
no.
I feel like that's a gem and that makes you special. You feel me? That makes me who I am. That makes me different. You know, like I don't have to try to act to be different. I am different. You know.
Exactly, exactly. We got some people showing some love. I don't want to forget them. A lot of people are coming on and they're sharing the live. We have over 400 people logged on right about now, and
Nah,
we have Dominic from all over the world. Like people, Michael, Kazumi, my boy Scotty. He's saying, let me
yeah, I
show you
grew
what
up
they're
with
saying.
Michael. I grew up with Mikey.
So, yes,
Yo,
so I
Mikey,
want to
what
show you
up?
what people are saying. Jarrell is saying, guys, keep talking because I'm gonna be putting it up and getting, getting it out there. She's laughing about the
The
Spanish thing
Spanish.
that never gets
Yeah.
old. And Janice is here, locked in. I think she's in St. Croix. So big up to people are talking to each other now. Okay, so that happens on Cacoa. People answer each other, they talk to each other, they show love with each
I
other, they
like
talk
that.
about you. That's what goes on in Cacoa. Now you were not just only a Dominican man uh, going to the U.S. and having to experience her life in the U.S. You're also a black man, so a
Right.
man that identifies as a black man.
Right. Right.
How did you see yourself in those spaces coming from a country where blackness is the majority and now you are quote unquote the minority? How did you see yourself in those spaces?
You know, I think like even like growing up in Dominica, like I don't have a like I feel like I don't really have a racist bone in my body either, you know. So I was kind of always open to everybody, all cultures, because even like growing up, right, we didn't have a lot of like white people out there, but we got a few like Dominicans that'll be from Canada and different places that's kind of like, you know, they look white or whatever, they're mixed or something. Even like my mom, dad is he's Lebanese, you know. So if my mom and
Mhm,
them, you know, they look Lebanese. That's why a lot of people think
mhm,
I'm Spanish too at the same time. And you know, like my mom's are related to like the Raffles, and that's like my godparents and everything, and they look kind of Lebanese and Syrian, and and so I didn't really like even understand it until I got here where I was like, damn, like, you know, I've been on different record labels. I've been signed to 2 record labels in my past. And I remember my last label situation. I remember it had we took a picture, right? So it got white artists and black artists. And when I looked at the picture, all the white artists is on the right and all the black artists is on the left. And I'm like, damn, look at this picture. And then out here, like some of the black artists, like, man, I ain't following no white boy. And I was a big fan of Eminem as a
mhm.
kid. I don't really look at black and white as anything, you know what I'm saying? I always just see people for who they are. And that's when I started understanding the culture here is so divided. And it's really because of the history. It took me a while to understand that, but as black Americans, they grew up understanding that they came from slavery, right? And I feel like in Dominica, we wasn't really like when we had history, it wasn't about slavery. So we're not really so hurt by that, and we're not so like concentrated on
We're
that.
not invested in it. We're not
Right, we're
as
not.
invested in it as, and
Right,
and we live in
as
a
they
black
are.
world too.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, because out here, and it's really, you know, it's really a lot of racist people out here, for real. It's not, you know, I've Yo, I've shot videos in like mansions and stuff in like big communities, and I've seen racism for myself, you know, like I had a mansion when we shot Secure the Bag, and I remember it was these kids walking around, and these kids was like, oh, white power, and I'm like, damn, white power. You know, I'm kind of surprised, but when you growing up here, I feel like it's the culture, and it stems down from the parents, and not only the parents, it's from their parents and their parents, because slavery wasn't even that. It's like 400 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And they pass it down, and to a certain degree, still you got certain people that don't like their daughters being white, messing with black people. And don't get me wrong, some black people don't mess with white people too. You know what I'm saying?
Very true. Very true.
But like I said, we from Dominica, and we've never been invested into like racism as much to me. So I've never felt any kind of way towards any kind of nationality or culture. Like right now, for example, Cuba's going through like a turmoil, right?
Yes.
And I had posted like, yo, pray for Cuba. And I get so many comments from black people like, no, pray for black people. I'm like, okay, there's black Cubans, right? And I'm not only referring to the black Cubans, I'm referring to the white Cubans, whatever,
the people.
Right? Cuban people, period. And I'm like, bro, it's about unity, you know? It's not about, and I'm like, nah, they were like, oh, but when Black Lives Matter was going on, nobody cared about, the Cubans didn't care about us. I'm like, hold up. I'm talking about people in Cuba going through what they're going through. Like, why are we focusing on racism? We can't fight racism with racism. We got to unite.
That's right.
We got to unite. You know what I'm saying? So I try to respond. Go ahead.
I find it so hard for us Caribbean people, though, to even like forget about what's happening on the outside of us. But like when we go into North America, I find it so hard for us to even recognize when people are being racist towards us,
right?
Because we're so busy in our world thinking that we're on our grind, trying to make our money, trying to probably send for all our family that's back home, or send barrels home, that we ain't got time to be paying attention to some ignorant person. That's what we call them, ignorant person. Like this happened to me. You know what? I class people as being ignorant and not really realizing, hey, they're being racist towards me. And even then, I don't really want to spend my time and dwell on it. But it's there, you know?
Right. I'll be surprised when I see it, you know, because it catches me off guard when it happens. Because like I said, I don't have a racist bone in my body. I see everybody for who they are, black, white, Asian, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? I judge people by their character, not by the color of their skin, you know? Because you got great white people, and you got great black people, you got nasty white people, you got nasty black people, you know what I'm saying? You got nasty Asian people, you got great Asian people. I mean, you know, the color of your skin not going to determine who you are as a person, or make you better, or make you feel like, I feel like there's a lot of people that may feel privileged, you know what I'm saying? I've heard people say in the past, oh, I'm happy I'm not black. And it's like, I love being black, you know? So I don't even understand it. I don't even understand making a statement like that either. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's like I can't picture myself. I can't picture myself being anything else.
Right. And like in America, some people probably feel like they're lucky, or they probably feel like black people get treated differently, so they're happy they're not black. I don't know, you know, but to each his own, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, I love being black. I love being from Dominica. You know what I'm saying? You see, like, it took me a while to get into my culture. It took me a while to learn everything. It took me a while, you know, sometimes you got to kind of like accept who you are too. And it takes people some time to accept who they are and love themselves. But it's important for us to love ourselves and understand ourselves, because that's going to build our confidence, and confidence is beautiful. You feel me?
I wanted to ask you about that. You know, when did you start? Because I know when you're younger, especially 12, or even under 12, when you're not even a teenager yet and you move to another country, you're kind of forced to assimilate, you know, and assimilate quickly, because you get into the school system. So now all your friends are sounding are Yankees. You're getting to all of that. And then you slowly start to forget. I mean, when you leave, when you're a little bit later, you kind of still connected to your culture. But when did you realize that you had to kind of make a spin back and you, oh, hold up. Hello, I am also like Dominican. When did that happen?
I gotta blame my family, you know, like my cousins and them. You see, like me, I adapted quickly. I was always kind of in tune with the American culture. I grew up before I left Dominica, my favorite artist was Tupac. You know what I'm saying? My favorite music was rap. You know what I'm saying? Even before I left Dominica, don't get me wrong, like I'm a huge Skinny Bantam fan when I left, right? And a huge CK fan. Like I used to have all my live tapes and everything, right?
Yay! I'm tempted to ask you to drop a CK line for us.
Man, I could spit some skinny for y'all. You feel me?
Put
But
it in
you know what I'm
test.
saying? That wine, like I mean, Dice, you know what I'm saying? Like I was a big Dice fan, like to the point where when I got established, I had to reach out to Dice to try to do a song, and that's one of my favorite songs and my favorite accomplishments. You know what I'm saying? But
Wow.
but some of my cousins, not everybody's like that. Some people don't really adapt like that. Some people are
Mhm.
hard born into who they are, seriously. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? They can't help who they are, which is a beautiful thing and nothing's wrong with that. So kind of like I'll go around my cousins and they'll still be so Dominican. You feel me? And a lot of them, they came down here when they was older. So they're more in tune with the culture. And
Mhm.
I still pull up on all my cousins. I mean, honestly, I go to my shows. 50% of my entourage is from Dominica, probably 60%,
Wow.
probably 70%.
Wow.
Who knows? But
Representing.
nah, I gotta keep it real with my day ones, and I like to be around
Mhm.
people I know and people I love, because it's
Mhm.
important. I hear you. It's easy to get caught up. It's easy to get killed. It's easy to get mixed with the wrong crowds, and you can only really trust people you know.
Amen.
Unfortunately, it's a safer route, so I rather play it safe. And going around my cousins, they kind of just kept reminding me, just watching them and their actions and how they talk and how they are, you know what I'm saying? And they constantly kept reminding me that I'm Dominican, you feel me? And it just made me want to stay in tune with my culture and made me love where I'm from more, which, I'm thankful for, man, honestly, because
Big up to the cousins.
I hate to be like fake. You feel me? I would hate to be fake,
Right.
honestly, you know what I'm saying? I got to be
But
real.
that still doesn't make you really fake. It just kind of washes you down a bit.
Right, you don't want to
And nobody
forget.
wants to be washed out. Juice
Right,
tastes
right. I
better
don't
when
want to
it's
forget. I don't want
concentrated.
to forget my roots. Like I get people
Mhm.
like, yo, why you got Dominica flag in your bio? You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
it took me a while to even put that in my bio, to tell you the truth. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Yeah, not that. I mean, I didn't care for it. The reason I ended up putting it in my bio because I was like, hey, like I kind of started feeling like I was one of the bigger Dominican artists, and I felt like it was my responsibility to let the world know about Dominica at the same time. Once I started
Wow.
building up, you feel me? And honestly,
Wow.
bro, honestly, when I drop my music and my posts and different stuff like that, I get so much love from Dominica. You know what I'm saying? That I gotta represent for my people. They love me, you know what I'm saying? And they show me so much love. I'll be around dudes down here that be in my face, that be calling my phone, asking me for so much favors, and they don't show me that love. So it
Exactly.
makes me realize who's for me and who's not for me at the same time. So I gotta be for the people that's for me, you know what I'm saying? For real. I need them.
I don't think we can continue without you because you put it out there. I want to hear a little bit of skinny because you
You
put
right,
it out
yo,
there.
shout out to Skinny, shout out Flow. I got okay. Brand new style that the CK might not bring. They shall one card, the booyah muffin, tell the ragamuffin jump up, a booyah redeem. All the
Hey,
ragamuffin, them band can't sing. Wash
that's
out the
not something that when I make I want to say.
Yo, these to the
Yes, big up
bone.
the skinny.
Yeah, tell them. Tell them,
Yes. Okay, so tell me, when did you realize that you were actually going or treading the line of a musician? You wanted to be a musician, you wanted to be a rapper.
Man, when that's all I really want to do, like when I started going to open mics, and then I started noticing how much I cared for it. And I remember like when I first came out here, I wanted to get in the NBA. I wanted to ball, right? And I was
Mhm.
like, when I was like 16, I started getting into girls. I started getting into the streets more, and I faded away from basketball. And I'm like, look, I could have been a millionaire by now if I had stuck to the script. I stopped playing basketball every day, and then once I started doing music, and it's $1 billion industry. I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna do what I did with basketball. I'm gonna stay focused. I'm gonna stay on it, and I'm gonna make something out of this. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all I got. You feel me? So that's when I really like it. I really like what I do. You know what I'm saying? I love writing music. I love creating music. I just love being in the creative process. It's like my escape. It's like therapy to me, honestly. And
What
then
age
people,
were you? What age were you when that was like, yes, I'm doing this?
I was 20. I was 20.
Wow.
I was 20,
Wow.
yeah. And that's when I was like, yo, this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? This is what I like, this is what I love. I done been through so much shit where people be like, yo, you rapping and blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? And you know, like when I noticed it didn't even like bother me or anything. You know, it only motivated me. I was like, yes, this is for me. You know, and I felt like, you know, it's original. You know, it's from the heart, and you know, it's just passion. It was my first love, really. You know what I'm saying? It was,
What did your family tell you, say to you? Because I know, I'll tell you, right? I
yeah,
know because I migrated to Canada. And I remember the plan was I was gonna go to dental school. You know, that was the plan. And I
yeah,
remember when I contacted my parents and I said to my dad first, I was like, so I'm thinking of going into aesthetics. My father go, what is that? I go, I'm thinking of going into, you know, aesthetics. I'm gonna be a medical esthetician. Because I try to put the medical in front of it. And I put emphasis on the medical esthetician so he could understand. He goes, you mean to tell
right.
me you want to go and clean people food for the rest of your life? Right? So
Yeah,
what was your family's reaction? Because I know whenever they feel that when we leave Dominica and we move to overseas, whether we move to go to school or we move because we're transitioning into a new part in our lives, that
right.
we're
They just
supposed to go to university and come up with degrees
and really
and accolades. What did they
right.
say?
And really they do it because they love you, right? And at that
Mhm.
point in your life, they really just want you to secure a more promising future, right? Which I didn't really understand. Like I had a computer at the house, and ever since I was like young, like 16, my mom would see me recording songs on my with my little headset, and I'll be playing it. You know, I used to have my little girlfriend at the house. I performed for her, and they saw me. They knew I was into music. I remember even when I was in DA, bro. Every morning when I was getting dressed, I used to go to grammar school, right? And every morning
Mhm.
when I was getting dressed to go to grammar school, I had my little boombox in my room and I'll play Tupac. And my wall
Mhm.
was nothing but pictures of Pac. And I remember one day my
Wow.
mom came in, she just started tearing everything down. She like, nah, Tupac got you going crazy. And then even before we moved here, me and my boy, I still remember this conversation was outside on my porch. And my boy, he stays in Connecticut now, and that's still like one of my best friends. And my dad told us, my dad was like, hey, don't go American and start rapping. Make sure y'all study something first. And I was even thinking about being a rapper, honestly. But he probably seen my ways and my routes, you know what I'm saying, and how I was acting. So he probably thought that was a plan, but that wasn't even on my mind. And at first when I started rapping, you know, even my dad probably gave me a little hard time, you know. But I remember I had posters at one point. I had like 1,000 posters in the streets of Miami, like on every corner. And I had saved the one poster, and my mom framed it up and she put it up on the wall in the house. And I came home one day and I seen it like on the wall, and I was like, wow, you know, because the biggest thing about like when you're doing something you love, you want to be accepted by the people you love the most. You know, like you
Mhm.
could have a million
Mhm.
fans, and if when you come home, whoever you come home to is like, man,
We're not about
get out
that
of here
life.
with that.
Mhm.
It affects you. So seeing my mom do that, you know what I'm saying, it made me feel good about what I was doing. And if my dad when I was 18, I didn't want to go to school. And my dad was like, yo, it's either you go to school, you get out. Right? And I was like, get out. Like, bro, like it's a jungle out here. You feel me? If I get out, I'll probably get killed. I'll probably go to prison. It's hard out here. Like, you know, that's why even like a lot of my homeboys when they grew up, they end up going down the wrong path because they got kicked out. Like a lot of parents out here, once you're 18, they're like, all right, you 18, you got this. Go get your money and get your spot. And they force a lot of kids to kind of grow up too fast or not having an option where they can make money and stuff. You know, not have an option to be comfortable and kind of think about it and find themselves. And they go out into the streets and they get involved in all kinds of things they don't want to be involved in. And now they got a felony record and they have to stick to that lifestyle. Because once you have a felony, you could barely get a job,
That's
right?
true.
So,
That's true.
so I thank my parents for kind of, even my dad, you know, I remember I was so mad at him because he was like, yo, he said, you gonna go to school after high school? Because after high school, I was like, man, I'm done with school. And my dad was like, yo, it's either you're gonna go to school or you're gonna get out. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, looking back at it, you know, I thank my dad for that, seriously. And I would encourage everybody to kind of invest their time in different things, you know what I'm saying, at a young age. Like you have to, because at the end of the day, you need money to make anything happen. So you have to find different hustles, and it's more than one way to skin a cat. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of ways to make money. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of ways to be an entrepreneur. It's a lot of you can make great money working for people too. You know what I'm saying? So I think, you know, it's good to have that state of mind. It's good to kind of educate our kids and kind of, you know, just try to direct them to a good path. We just need a better communication versus like, yo, get out or go to school. You know, you need to sit down and be like, yo, I'm just trying to tell you this because I want you to secure a future and stuff like that, you know. And I didn't understand it, but, you know, 10 years later, you know, I love my dad for it, honestly, you know, and I was pissed at him.
Big up to dads. Big up
Big
to
on the
pops.
pops. You know, my pops
Yeah,
was like,
man.
and he was big on music too. You know, he was a DJ. He was a radio commentator. You know what I'm saying? My dad worked on at Carrie for years. So, you
Wow.
know, I appreciate him.
Tell us who your family is, because some people might be wondering. They hear you talk about River Street and Wall House, and I mean
And
your
then
last
my
name
dad.
obviously is
I
not
mean,
money. Your
all the
last name is obviously not money, right?
Yo, I'm a Scotland. Everybody, I mean, my dad was kind of like legendary in my book. You know what I'm saying? I even remember when D had that riot when we was kids,
Yes,
and my
yes.
dad went to jail for that riot. My dad got locked up for that riot. You get me? And then, you know what I'm saying? I haven't even spoken. I need to speak to him about this. And I remember my dad on the news walking down, leading people and getting locked up over that whole being so deep into politics, right? And you know, like my dad is Jefferson Scotland. I'm a junior. You know what I'm saying? And my dad, everybody knows my dad as Scotty. You feel me? And my dad was really like, he was loud spoken. He was, you know, my dad was the man. My dad was my role model growing up, man. You feel me? My dad was my role
Yes.
model. And I
People
even
are
see myself
shouting out
in my dad.
Scotty, Mr. Scotty.
I
People are
wouldn't be who
shouting him out.
I am. You know what I'm saying? That I got my dad in me. You feel me? So
Mm-hmm.
definitely, man. And my mom, Carol, she's a Solomon. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I came from a
Okay.
big family. My mom had 16 kids. My mom had 11 kids. So I
Wow.
got a lot of cousins, you know what I'm saying? And you know, I talk to both sides of the family. Even out here in Miami, you know, I'm probably like the main person in the family that talk to everybody. You know
Everybody.
what I'm saying? I'm really close with my cousins and my family. Like my cousin passed May 25th. I had one of my cousins pass, and that was like losing like a brother to me. You know,
Condolences.
that kind of like killed my whole June. Like I never knew losing. I never had somebody that close to me pass away, and that was like one of the hardest things I've ever dealt with. And you know, like
Wow.
that killed my whole month of June. I was like devastated over it because that was like my brother, even if
Wow. I'm
we're
sorry to hear
cousins.
that.
You know? But you know, I mean, it
Mm-hmm.
was a good learning experience, and you know, I had to accept it. He's in a better place, and but like I'm so close to my cousins. I was the last person he was with. I was the last person he called the night before he died. So now I got everybody calling me. His mom calling me crying. His brothers calling me crying, and all my family members calling me. And that shit, like yo, it was so emotional. It was so much for me to go through, and I never been through nothing like that. But you know, like I got over it. Well, you know, you never really get over
You
stuff
never
like
really
that.
get over it. No,
I
no.
accepted, and you know, it made me stronger. And you know, I just feel like I got an angel looking over me. You know what I mean?
Amen. Amen. Now you've been signed, like you rightfully said, you've been signed to different record labels.
Right.
What was the process like? Because I know a lot of young folks, especially in Dominica, out there trying to be rappers, or they're trying to they're trying to get signed, or they're trying to get their music out there. What was the process like for you to get signed on by a major label? First of all, break it down for us in terms of who you were signed to, and what was the process like getting there.
Well, I've been signed to a label in Missouri called Midwest Flawless, and I was also signed to another label in Miami called Red City. And you know, I spend so much time mailing out press kits, trying to get with labels, and that's how I got my first deal was out of state. You know what I'm saying? Just billing out press kits. You know, I'm a very like, yo, I'm serious about this. I'm so serious about this. Like I get so mad if anybody around me plays around, I cut them off. Like because I can't win if I got somebody around me that's not serious. So if you're not serious, I can't really deal with you. This is what I'm really trying to do. So I just kept reaching out to people. I go out a lot, you know what I'm saying? Networking is key. And you know, your network is your net worth. So you gotta, and like I always tell people here, yo, I'm not from here. Like nobody owes me anything. Nobody's calling me like nobody's calling the radio station saying, hey, my nephew raps. Can y'all play his song? I don't know nobody that works at 99 Jams. I don't have no family. I got on 99 Jams because I bust my ass because people had to they had to accept me. Till this day, I go through like a lot of politics out here and they try to deny me, but you can't deny me. I'm bigger than mostly any person that was born out here in Miami. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm,
And
mhm.
that's only because of my work ethic. Because that's all I got. Because I always tell people, if my family was from here, it would be different. Because you have different people trying to pull you up. Because let's be real, people help their people out, and nothing's wrong with that. That's life.
Nothing's wrong
Like
with that.
I'm gonna help my son out. You know what I'm saying? Versus you help a stranger out. So I understand it and accept it, and I understand that I just got to work twice as hard because at the end of the day, at least I'm presented with this opportunity that I got. So I got to take advantage of it. I can't sit here and be like,
Mhm.
man, damn, I don't have an uncle that work at 99 Jams. I'll never get the 99 Jams. Yo, I go to 99 Jams every day and drop flyers. You know, I'll make it obvious that I'm doing something. I'll go to the clubs and talk to these DJs. So networking is what got me like my second deal. I ran into like like influential people in Miami that do music, and I kind of linked up with them, and we worked for quite some time. It didn't work out, that's life. Sometimes things don't work out, but I'm thankful for the opportunity, the experience, and we move on and we just continue to work hard, but
I want to big you up, one time. Like you are one of probably the first guests I've had on the show who've like promoted you coming on the show so hard. Like normally
hard.
they post like once. You posted like so many times. I was just so impressed. I was like, yo, because I call you a
Oh,
blue
but
tick. I call you a blue tick, right? Because you're a blue tick. Like you that blue tick, right?
you
You got
can't
that
catch the
blue
blue
tick,
check.
right?
You
You
can't you
can
can't catch the blue check.
you got that blue tick, right? So I'm looking at, because every time you share, you obviously you tag me, right?
Right.
And I'm looking at, and even just the response from blue tickers underneath your post. I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
this dude ain't playing. Like blue tickers were coming on my profile and following me, like people with 1 million followers.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate that you because when you say you go hard, it's obvious how hard, just in my interaction
I
with
appreciate
you in
it.
such a short space
I
of time,
got to.
how hard you go.
If I don't care, who gonna care? I gotta care the most. I gotta make you
Exactly.
gotta make people, you know what I'm saying? People see you don't care, they don't care. If they be like, damn, this dude really believe in this shit, they gotta start believing too eventually. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely, man. Like given you reaching out to me, I'm thankful for the opportunity. So of course, I want to shed some light on what you got going on because you're shedding light on what I got going on. Because like I said, we need unity in order to grow and in order to evolve. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So
Exactly. Thanks again. Thanks so much for the opportunity. Now, many rappers, I mean, we follow, we're in Dominica, those of us from Dominica, those of us that are out of Dominica. I follow a lot of Dominicans on social media. And we also follow a lot of rappers, black artists, musicians, and especially in the hip hop industry, especially people who are my age group, your age group, and just a little bit younger, not too young. Those of us who still consider ourselves millennials, and we notice that a lot of black musicians are turning to reality TV for various reasons. Either they probably decide, hey, I'm gonna make a comeback and this is my route, or they're probably thinking, I need to come up because I have been trying doing this thing for so long, or some of them saying, hey, I just want to remain relevant. And I just want to know, if Mona Scott Young knocked at your door today, would you answer?
Love and hip hop, Mona Scott.
Yes.
Bro, it's crazy. Yo, I was actually supposed to be on Love and Hip Hop season 3.
You're
I
joking.
I did 4 interviews with VH1. It was set in stone, really. You know what I'm saying? I was supposed to be on the last Love and Hip Hop Miami. Yo, I thought I was in. And so I interviewed in June. You know what I'm saying? Me and my chick,
Mhm.
we had did the interview in June, and because of I think they had a new production. They had changed their production company, so they delayed it. We're supposed to start shooting in July, and they pushed it back to like October. And during that time, you know what I'm saying, I was actually getting on with this other female. She got on. She's on the show, and I was supposed to get on the show with my affiliations with her, right? And I really don't want to say her
Yeah,
name.
because that's how it is. Because that's how it is. People, when you're connected, but that's usually how it is. I mean, if we follow, we follow these shows hard, so we know. You tend to know some. That's how Spice got on with her interaction with Callie Red, and they just network with each other and they bring each other on.
So I was getting
So you don't have to.
I think over the summer, you know, the chick that I was getting on with, you know, she started coming to the studio with me, and then, you know, we kind of like got to know each other a little better. You feel me? And I mean, she didn't like the person I was, I would probably say, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm real. You feel me? I'm not a trick. You know what I'm
You're
saying?
typical Dominican man.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you know what I'm saying? So, I think because of that summer and she got to kind of know me and, you know, we kind of fell out, honestly, you know what I'm saying? And Shorty kind of she ended up telling VH1 like she wasn't messing with me anymore. And the whole situation just went down the drain. Bro, I was so close to it. It was so crazy. Like, Trick Wife was calling my chick. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how close it was, which is Joy, right? And we didn't even know Joy. And she started randomly calling, like, because they're talking and they know who's getting on the show. And they're building, like you said in the show, everybody has to know everybody in order for them to fit it together. They're going to put people in together. So, yo, people didn't know, but I thought, I was like, finally I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew if I
so you would totally do it. If she came knocking tomorrow, you totally do it.
I mean, I'm kind of happy that I didn't do it because even before Love and Hip Hop, I probably had like 40,000 followers or something like that before that opportunity came to me. I wasn't as big as I am now, right? And I was desperate for an outlet. Like, yo, you don't understand. Like, I think it's a Dirk song, and Dirk is like, yo, if you know what I've been through, you be desperate to win too. I'm desperate to win. I've invested my whole life into this. I cannot lose. You get me? Like, I've invested my whole life into this. So it's to a point where I've put so much into it. Any opportunity that arises, I take advantage of it. But I don't want to like sell myself short or pretend to be somebody I'm not. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm honestly kind of happy because I was coming into Love and Hip Hop not based on my story, but based on somebody else's story. So I didn't really like it. But I was like, yo, you know, I'll do it. And
a way in is a way in, and once you get in, you're in.
Right. You know, I had talked to my wife about it, and you know what I'm saying, she was with it, you know what I'm saying, and as long as she's happy, I'm happy, you know, happy life, happy wife, happy life. You know,
you just kind of like
so you know what I'm saying? So I was gonna do it. She was down for it. And I was like, all right, cool, let's run it. And then, you know, like I said, the situation didn't work out. I was really pissed, honestly. I was kind of like, I was hurt. You feel me? Like, damn, I was like, damn, it's always like I'm this close and then something happens, you know? But I always feel like God got a plan, you feel me? And everything happens for a reason. And that if that's not the route I was meant to go down, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know, you know? It's people that have a number one song out there that hates their lives, and people that's you look up to all the time, be like, damn, they probably got the best life in the world. And you never know what people are doing for fame. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, bro, I wake up every day. I love who I am. I love my kids. I love my situation, and I'm happy. And that means more to me than anything else. You know what I'm saying? You know, yeah, I'd love to be a multimillionaire, but I don't want to be a multimillionaire if I'm not happy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really tripping, you know? God got a plan. My plan might not be to be like the number one rapper. My plan might be to influence the number one rapper in the future, to be that person, you know what I'm saying? And it is what it is, you know? But as long as I'm happy and I can look myself in the mirror every day, that's the most important thing to me. You know what I mean?
Speaking of being happy, what would you say is your definition of success?
I think success would be happiness. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, you feel me? Not money. I mean, of course, we all want money. If I was broke, I wouldn't be happy. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be broke. You know what I'm saying? I'm thankful, but success is more, you know, just being happy with your life. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what really life is about. Because at the end of the day, we're gonna die, and what you have here isn't really the main thing. It's how you live after. You feel me? When you leave this planet. So
we got some questions. We got some questions coming. You want to hit up the questions? Aurelie's asking, do people still mistake you for Jim Jones?
Not since I come out here. I hear it a little. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I bumped into Jim Jones a couple of times too, man. I feel like Jim don't want to rock with me because he probably feel I look like a little like him. But I mean, you know what I'm saying? I don't know because I don't. But I mean, Jim Jones, he's messaged me before on Instagram. I mean, Jim Jones is like, I mean, I love Jim Jones as an artist. You know, I don't really think I look like Jim Jones that much either.
You do, you
I
do,
do. Like
you
probably
do.
like a cousin, not like
Even
a
with
twin.
short hair, even with
Maybe
short
like a,
hair.
but maybe a better version.
Well,
But yo, I love Jim
I guess when if we know you personally, we could probably say, okay,
the
this is the
difference.
better version, or this is the worst version. But just looking first glance, I would have to do a double take.
Jones, yeah, I've been getting that since I was like 20. I mean, but I mean, yeah, I ran into Jim Jones a couple times. Jim Jones stays in Miami, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, man, cool, you know. Jim Jones is cool, and I mean, he's still kind of relevant, and I respect Jim Jones, you know.
And he remained relevant thanks to love and hip hop too,
And I'm
because
trying to lift weights. Jim Jones done beat me to it. He's like muscular as hell. I can't. I
yeah,
don't know what he did. I don't know how he did it. I
it's
need the
crispy,
recipe.
it's crispy, it's crispy, it's
Yeah,
crispy.
yeah.
Yeah.
And behind every successful man is a successful woman.
And we got another question. Do you prefer indie or major label? Coming from
I
Layla.
prefer
Layla.
I prefer yeah, I mean indie if they got a lot of money, you know what I'm saying? Major means they got money for sure, you know what I'm saying? So I mean it's just the budget, but my my main thing is in the indie or the major situation is more the people that's running behind that company. You know, I'd rather just be around people that I could get along with. Cause you know, hurt people. You get around somebody that's kind of like going through it, they're gonna try to stress you out. And I'm not a, you know, like you can tell my personality. I like only bringing good vibes. I don't want to argue. I don't want to fight with nobody. You know what I'm saying? So I've been in different situations, and sometimes you think it's great. Like I done had access to $1 million studio, and some of the CEOs had shitty attitudes. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, I'd rather be in $100,000 studio with somebody with a great attitude.
Got it, got it. We're continuing to check out the chat. Let's see if we have any more questions, guys. If you have questions, drop them so we can ask them before we run out of time, and then you don't get to ask them. You spoke a little bit about your chick. You spoke about your wife. So I'm kind of confused now. Tell
Oh
us a
my
little bit
God.
about family life. Married, single, polyamorous.
Nah, I mean, I refer to my wife as like my chick, you know, sometimes, you know, just because I'm so used to her. I mean, I've been with my shorty for like years, probably like 16 years, you know, for a long time, you know what I'm saying? And you know, I mean, I wouldn't be the person I am without her, honestly. You know what I'm saying? I don't really speak about my wife on yeah, you loving hip hop in me right now. You know what I'm saying? But you know, honestly, you know, like I gotta give it to her, you know, like she gives me peace of mind. You feel me? So she doesn't give me a hard time. It's not easy dating me. I can't lie. You know what I'm saying? So she puts up with the bad. But I mean, I'm not really a bad person to be with. You feel me at the end of the day? But none of us are perfect, right? She's not perfect. I'm not perfect. So you know, but she's a beautiful person, and you know, she supports me. She's never been negative with me. She's never given me like negative energy towards what I do, and it kind of helps me out. You know, I got 3 kids. You feel me? And you know, like my kids are everything to me. Like if I get a Lambo, like dudes get a Lambo and they want to go pick up their side chick or pick up their homeboys, yo, I want to pick up my son, you know? So that's how I am. Like a lot of people don't know it. And like a lot of people meet me and they think because I rap, I'm kind of wild, but I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm really like about my kids. Like yo, I just told my son, yo, if this interview ends early, we'll go back to the pool. You know,
Oh,
that's what I do.
wow,
You know, I don't
wow.
really be out here running around doing shit I ain't supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? Like if when I got free time, I spend it with my kids. Honestly, I love my kids. You know, they give me good energy. You feel me? And they keep me where I'm supposed to be at. You feel
Oh
me?
my God, that's awesome. That's awesome. Tomorrow you're performing with Asian Doll. Hey,
Yeah,
hey.
yeah, yeah.
Tell us
Tomorrow,
a, tell us a little bit about that.
it's I don't even know where it's at. Really, you know what I'm saying? It's somewhere in Miami though. I think it's a Doral area. It's supposed to be Asian Doll as an Asian Doll concert. You know, I'm gonna be out here rapping. I'm gonna go out there do my thing. I run. I'm really one of the hottest artists in Miami. You feel me? So, you know, like I said, they need me. they need me. They need me.
Yay! Dominican, it was so awesome having you here on Cacoa Tea. I mean, getting to know a little bit about who you are. So many Dominicans out there doing great stuff, and I want to continuously be the space where folks can come and talk to us and vibe with us. And plus, you're giving me followers. Dude, I gotta give you some knocks, man. And not just any followers, some blue tick followers.
Get them blue checks. Yeah.
I'm getting the blue checkers. Let me tell you.
Hey, you get in a network, you're gonna get your blue check next.
Well, eventually, in the making. I'm so grateful to you. And you know when they say you slide into the DM and you get a contact and you start. I mean, we've spoken in the past a long time ago, like when I was in radio in Dominica and stuff. But we fell out, and fell out of touch. I know that I don't even remember when I actually followed you on Instagram or vice versa. It was I think it was just organic because we knew each other for quite some time. And then I was just like, I messaged you. I was like, when I looked at your I messaged you, right? And after I messaged you, I went and I looked at your followers. I was like, he ain't gonna respond. I was like,
man, he always think that.
Because I'm like, he ain't gonna remember me. He's not gonna respond. Minutes.
I remember everybody, man. I try to
minutes,
especially my Dominican people, bro. For real. Like, I could never switch up.
Yes, it was a pleasure having you on, and thanks for responding to my message. 10 minutes, yo. You broke a record. And love to you. Continue to do amazing things, to continue to represent Dominica, such positivity, such good vibes.
Definitely.
You're a great dad, and obviously you're proving that you're a good dad, good guy. Because even going digging, because I'm a journalist, I'm going to dig to see what I can get on you, and you are clearly representing Dominica with such class and such excellence. So hey, class, pun intended.
Klass Money. Hey, yes, that's how we got the name.
Yes, and we appreciate you as a fellow Dominican. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
I appreciate it,
for coming on here. Yes, and big up to you. Good luck with the concert tomorrow and all of your other gigs and stuff. Any music dropping soon? Anything that we can look at?
Yeah, I got an album coming out in like 3 weeks. I got a new album called More Money, More Problems dropping. Mm-hmm. And I also got a charity basketball game with NLE Chopper going down this Thursday. So I'm gonna be out there playing basketball with NLE Chopper and a couple more celebs. So, God gonna bless me, and we're gonna keep working.
Yes, Dominicans on the live, anywhere you're from on the live, make sure you go follow Klass Money. That's it, with a K, guys, with a K. Money on Instagram, on Facebook, wherever. They blocked you recently on Instagram, but I think you got.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It was a mistake. I lost my grand for like 22 days. It was the worst 22 days of my life. I worked too hard for this, man. And then they said it was a mistake and gave it back. God is good.
That's fantastic. Go ahead and follow Klass Money, Dominican, born and is doing his thing. Follow him on Instagram, follow him on Facebook, follow him on YouTube. Go subscribe to his YouTube channel, follow his music. When he drops his album, make sure you show support and show some love. Thank you very much, Klass.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. And have an awesome evening. I hope you get a chance to go to the pool.
Yeah, it doesn't close until sundown, so we're going to go right now.
Yes. Say hi to the fam.
I'm going to get this clip. I'm going to post a clip of the interview on my page too in a couple of days. All right?
Yes,
appreciate
for sure.
you.
Thanks for the support.
Thank you
for the opportunity as well. All right. Bye. All right, guys. You heard him. Thank you, guys. All those of you who tune in to Cacoa Tea next week. Normally I don't come on this often. You can see I look kind of tired. My eyes are kind of red, but I'm here doing it. When I get the guests, I try my best to come through. Next week, we got 2 people coming through next week. 2 people. You want to follow me on all social media. I am on Facebook, Instagram, and on YouTube. Follow my channels, and you'll get to find out who these people are going to be. 2 amazing women. Oh my God, 2 amazing women are going to be on next week. I am so excited, and I know you guys, a lot of you are going to be jaw dropped when you see who's going to be stopping by on Cacoa Tea next week. Thanks to all those of you who tuned in, wherever you tuned in from. Thanks to my sponsors. Want to big up one time. Want to say thank you very much to the Glam Cosmetics located in Roseau, Dominica. You can get all, you see my matte lipstick. You see nothing going on my teeth. I can drink, nothing going on my glass. You know, I got that from the Glam. You want to go pick up one of those Sasha bum ass lip matte velvet lipsticks? Yes, check them out. Also want to big up Barefoot Wine. That's the one I'm drinking. I was really for real drinking wine. See, I was drinking wine. Eating Cacoa tea and it's wine. All right. Barefoot Wines, of course, check them out. All the different flavors, especially the new Fitasco. That is from their Moscato line. I think it's the apple and the strawberry and all the different flavors. You want to check them out. I know my sister loves the strawberry. She can drink a whole bottle by herself. And Swiftback, the fastest way to transfer money. I am not money. Get your packages. Swiftback, the fastest way to transfer your packages to Dominica. You can order online and get it quick and in time right to Dominica. You can starting as low as $17.40 to ship your purchases from the US to Dominica. So check out Swiftback. You can, of course, get an account. It's absolutely free. I want to say big up to them, big up to you, big up to Digicel, the Playgo fam, the D Music fam. Big up to you guys who stay tuned in every single. Thanks to Digicel for allowing me the platform to showcase this, especially in 30 countries across the Caribbean, where they get to see this and other shows. Thanks to you, the fans, the friends, the followers, those of you who come in every single time I come live, and every time you show some love. Big up to you, big up to my sisters, big up to my fam. Thanks, hi Shara, Steve. Yes, the rest of the gang, new ones, the new followers who first time on the page. Much love to you. Thank you so very much for choosing me. You could have been anywhere else in the world, but you chose to be right here on Cacoa Tea, and for that I appreciate you. Until next time, peace.